Hi, hello dear friends. Welcome back once again to our channel Vagai Academy of Mathematics, and this playlist is where you can find video lessons for CAT, MAT and other management exams. So this session we have a beautiful problem from the concept percentage. Okay, so let us directly get into the question. An examination is conducted out of some total marks. Now Nimu got 28% of the total marks and failed by 14 marks, and Suni got 40% and passed by 28 marks. In the sense 40% of the total marks, okay, and passed by 28 marks. Now we are asked to find the marks required to pass the examination. So this is the question, a nice question from the concept of percentage. So let us now see an approach how can this question be solved. Yes, ready? Yeah. So first of all, let us take a note of what are the informations which are given here in this question. So first of all, there are some maximum marks, some total marks for which this exam is conducted, and we will do something. We will take the total marks, that maximum marks, to be some x. Okay, and again there are some marks required in order to pass, to clear that examination. Okay, so we will take that pass mark. Okay, I mean the marks required to pass the examination, I'm going to take it as pass mark. That pass mark will take it to be some p. All right, because these two things are very important for us to just proceed the problem. So we will just see it, and now with this help we will just try to build the other informations. Okay, yeah, okay. First, Nimu got 28% of the total marks and failed by 14 marks, it is given. So what does it mean? So that means there's the student Nimu, and Nimu is getting how much marks? Nimu is getting 28% of the total marks. In the sense, what about Nimu? If you see that Nimu, so Nimu's case is going to be, I'm just going to write as n. Okay, so n's case is going to be, n is getting 28% of the total marks. So that means n's mark is 28% of x. And what happens to Nimu is failing the exam by 14 marks. So that means 28% of the total marks is equal to what marks it will be? It will be nothing but it is a mark which is failed by 14 marks it is given. So that means we can clearly understand it here itself, right? What do you mean by failed by 14 marks? So that means that mark is just 14 marks less than the pass mark. Is the point clear? So if the statement says like it is 14 marks, he is failing by 14 marks. So it simply means what? It means that mark is simply lesser than the pass mark by 14 marks. That's it. Okay. So that means what I can do is this 28% of x I can very well equate it to, this is equal to this pass mark p according to our assumption. So this p minus 14. This way I can assume. Alright. Okay. And coming to the next student, next what is given? Suni is getting 40% of the marks. Okay, and what about the second student Suni? I'm just going to name it as S. Okay, and S is getting how much? 40% of the marks. So that means same 40% of x. And what happens to Suni? Suni is passing the exam by, and passed by 28 marks it is given. So what do you mean by passed by 28 marks? It simply means it is just 28 marks above or more than the pass mark. That's it. Okay, so that means I can equate this 40% of x to pass mark plus 28. I hope both these equations are very clear to you. So the first student gets 28% and the student is failing by 14 marks. That's why it is p minus 14. And second student passing by 28 marks, so p plus 28. Okay, so failing and passing, that means that will clearly tell. So failing by this many marks, passing by this many marks, that will clearly tell how many marks less than or how many marks more than that given required pass marks. This is what the meaning. Okay, okay, fine, everything is done. Now finally what we are asked to find what is the marks required to pass the examination. That is very simple. We are now asked to find out the value of p. That's it, because for us pass mark we took it to be p only, right? So we have to solve for the value of p. That's it. Okay, so now we have to play with these two equations and then get to find the value of p. That's it. Okay, so what I can do here is, yeah, we can do a very simple thing here. What I can do is, both these expressions contain x and also both of them have got p. Okay, so now we will do a thing. We will try to equate the value of p. Alright, okay. So we'll try to equate the value of p, so that what happens is, here from this first equation I will be getting p is equal to this 28% of x plus this 14. I'm just bringing that 14 to the other side so that I will be ending up with P is equal to this expression. I mean 28% of x plus 14. And same way, if I try to do the same thing in the second equation, I will be getting here as P is equal to, I'm going to take this plus 28 to the other side. So this will give me 40% of x minus 28. Are the things clear? So from both these equations, I am just picking P's expression. Okay, so P is equal to and P is equal to. My objective is I can now equate these two expressions. Can I do that? Yes, very well I can do that, right? Because both of them being the values of P, the expressions for P. Now I can very well equate these two expressions, okay, which are there with respect to x. Okay, so now I am going to equate them. So what I will get is, I will be getting 28% of x plus 14 will be equal to 40% of x minus 28. All right, okay, done. Okay, so this is what I'm going to get now. So 28% of x plus 14 equal to 40% of x minus 28. So now if I try to solve for x, what happens is, this side I will be getting 28 by 100 x, and here I will be getting 40 by 100 x, and here I will have this plus 14 and this minus 28. Now I will bring those x terms to one side and numbers to the other side, so that I will be getting this 28 by 100x. I'm going to take it to the other side, so that it will give me 40 by 100x minus 28 by 100x, and this minus 28 will come here to this side, so this will give me 14 plus this 28. Okay, yeah, fine, everything is done clearly. And now what I can do is I can just subtract these two expressions and I can add these two numbers. That's it. Okay, so if I try to do the subtraction, I will be getting 40 by 100, 28 by 100. Both of them are containing x only, so I can directly subtract 40 minus 28. So if I do it, I will be getting 12x by 100 is equal to 14 plus 28 will be nothing but 42. Now I can solve for x. If I try to solve for x, x will be equal to, so x will be equal to, so I can even try to cancel it here itself. So I can cancel it like this is and this one. Both of them will be going off with 4 tables, right? So this will be 3 and this will be like 25, and once again I can cancel off this 3 and this 42, so this will be 14 times. So x will be nothing but 14 times 25. What is 25 times of 14? It will be 14's half is 7, 7's half is 3.5. So 3.5 now it will be 350. So x is equal to 350. But our problem is not yet over. Why? Because we got to get the value of x only, right? Because x is what? X is the total marks. X stands for the total marks, right? So that means we got the value of x only. The total marks only we got it to be 350. But what is asked for us to get? What is asked in the question here? We are asked to find the pass mark. What marks is required to pass the examination? That is what is asked in the question, right? That means we have to find the value of p. Now almost we are there. Why? Because if we simply substitute here any of these expressions, the value of x, we can easily get it. Okay. But at this stage, I just want to give a reminder. Now, so far we have used these steps, these many steps to solve the value of x, right? So this can be very easily followed with the logical sense. That logical sense steps is what I'm going to reveal now. Okay, yes, fine. Yeah, let me take this small space. I think this is enough for me to give that logical way of solving this problem. I mean, particularly up to this step, up to the finding the value of what is the total marks. We can use a very easy, simple logic that follows with the concept of percentage. If you are strong enough in that percentage concept, you can easily follow it, right? Why? Because it's very simple. See here, there are 2 students and one of them is getting 28% of the total marks. The other one is getting 40% of the total marks. Is it or not? So one is getting 28%, the other one is getting 40%. And this one, the first one, 28%, this is equivalent to what? Less than pass mark. Less than pass mark. By how many marks? It is 14 marks less than the pass mark. So that means this student is lesser. He is below 14 marks, right? From the pass mark. Okay. So it is like he is below pass mark 14 marks. So I am just putting it like minus 14. Minus 14 from where? Minus 14 from the pass mark. Okay. Alright. And next one, the other student is getting 40% and he is passing by 28 marks, in the sense he is plus 28 from the pass mark. Right, okay. So here is where we should be very clear. One student gets 28%, he is getting 14 marks pass, he is getting a marks which is 14 marks lesser than the pass mark, the other one is getting 40%, and here this guy is getting 28 marks more than the pass mark. So if you imagine the gap between these two students in terms of marks, it is none other than this 28 plus this 14. You may just wonder why I am adding those two numbers. Okay, so this may slightly confuse you. Why should I suddenly add these two numbers? It's going to be very simple. If this is a number and this is another number, if one number is 14 lesser than this middle value, and the other number is 28 more than this middle value, there's some middle value there. That middle value for us is the pass mark. Okay, so if one number is 14 less than this, the other one is 28 less than this. If I want to check the gap between these two numbers, what should I do? This 14 and this 28, because this gap is 14 and this gap is 28, I can add these two numbers. So this will give me 42 marks. So marks wise, they have got a gap of 42 marks. And here, come to the left hand side, percentage wise 28% and 40%. So percentage wise, what is the gap? This gap is going to be 12%. So it's very simple to follow. I can easily say 12% of the total marks is what is this? 42. So 12% is what is 42. And what we need the total marks. Okay, if at all I am going to solve for the total marks, if 12% is 42, then the total marks will be nothing but 100%. So 100% will be equal to, I can just cross multiply, right? So 100 into 42 by 12. So I should do the same calculation what I performed here. So if I do it, I will be again getting the same value. Very simple. Answer will be 350. I hope you are getting this logical point what we are following. Just checking the gap between these two students' marks percentage wise as well as marks wise. We are just making a comparison, and that itself is giving us the answer. I mean that itself is helping us to get what is the total marks. So however, total marks is 350, but we are still left out with the last step. That last step we'll quickly finish it. Now hereafter the way of getting the answer is going to be very simple, very easy. Why? Because we got what is the total marks. X is ready available with us. Now we can either find the pass mark through this first student or through the second student. Okay, right? So both anyways it will lead to the answer. Okay, so yes, so I'm going to try with the second student itself because this number is appearing to be a little easier, that's why. So 40% of x, what is 40% of 350? So you can even calculate it. Okay, so maybe I can also calculate it. It is not going to be a very big calculation, so I'll write it here. It's a 40% of x will be nothing but 40 by 100 of 350, right? So this will be equal to actually 140, is it or not? So 140. So this 140 is equal to what is pass mark plus 28. Now if I want this pass marks value, I can just bring this plus 28 to the other side. So it will give me 140 minus 28. So what is 140 minus 28? So I can do that small calculation here. 140 minus 28, if I try to do it, I will be getting the answer as 112. So 112 is going to be the pass mark. And if you want it through the first student, you can even do it. Okay, you can even do it like 28% of this 350, and from there also you can try to do it. If you want, I can even show you that. So just try to find what is 28% of 350. So it will be nothing but 28 by 100 into 350. Is it or not? So this will be actually equal to, I can calculate it like, okay, so I can cancel this. This will be like 7 by 2, and this will be 14 10. So 14 7s are, this will give me 98. So I am getting 98 is equal to pass mark minus 14. And once again, if I want to find pass mark, I should do 98 plus this 14. So 98 plus 14 will again give you the same answer. Okay, so 98 plus 14 if I do also, this will again give you the same 112 to be your answer. So anyways, answer to this question is 112 is going to be the final answer. So the mark required to pass this examination is going to be 112 is going to be the answer to this question, and our answer is there available in option A 112. Okay, yes, yeah, fine. I hope the steps we followed here in order to solve the problem is clear to you. And importantly, I just wanted to insist you to look at this portion only. Why? Because if you are smart enough, if you are very strong in the basic concept of percentages, you would be directly able to come out with this step. So this will help you to avoid or save your time. You can avoid all these algebra steps. You can directly get into the numbers and play with the numbers and then quickly get the answer. Okay, this is going to save your time very much. And yes, these steps are what I importantly wanted to insist to you. And yes, as usual, If you have any doubts here in any steps what we performed, anywhere you have any doubts, you are most welcome to comment it here, and when I see that, I will try to rectify your doubts. Okay, fine, all right. Yeah, yes, soon we'll catch up in the next session. See you soon there. Thank you so much.